Hi everybody, I'm attorney Aiden Kramer with the Law Office of Aiden Kramer in Colorado, and you're watching All Up in Your Business. In this episode, I'm going to talk about how to protect your music. In the world of YouTube, there are tons of musical artists and people who create their own music, their own instrumentals, their own beats. So many people creating so much music. How in the world do you protect what you've created? Hands down, without question, the best way to protect any music that you create is with a copyright. Registering your music or your art, whatever it is, with the Copyright Office in the United States is absolutely the best way to protect it. Having a copyright in your music gives you the ability to enforce it against other people who might steal your music or use it in a way that they're not supposed to. That's why on YouTube, you can't just go around putting random music in videos because of copyright laws. You need a license to use certain kinds of music. There's, of course, music out there that is open for people to use, but because of this copyright protection, it protects other people's works of art and prevents people other than the artist from using the music or the art or whatever it is. There are registries out there, independent third-party registries. BMI is a popular one. These registries will give you some protection over your music, but they are definitely not as good as having a copyright. These other registries are essentially just a formal timestamp on your music, so you have proof of when you created the music. So if anyone ever tries to use it in the future and says they created it first, you have this registration showing that at least as of the time that you registered it with this company, you were using it. But it's not the same as a copyright, and it's not as enforceable as a copyright is. Now, with copyrights, and this is the same with trademarks, the second you create something original, the second you create an original piece of music or a piece of art, you already have a copyright in it. Just under common law, you have a copyright in whatever that work of art is. However, if you have a registered copyright, it is so much easier to enforce your copyright rights and your ownership over that music if it's actually registered. And there's really no reason not to register your copyright in your music. It's $35 to do the application online. It's extremely affordable. So if you have music that you want to protect, register your copyright so you can own and protect your music. You also get different damages if you enforce a copyright infringement and you win. The money that you can win in a copyright case like that is different if you don't have it registered. There are federal laws that state certain amounts of money and certain damages that you're entitled to if someone infringes on your copyright. And if you're gonna get a registered copyright, you want to do it as soon as possible. Do it before you start putting your music out there. If you're going to put on iTunes or on YouTube, wherever you're going to put it, having the copyright before you put it out into the public is really going to help if anybody ever steals it or uses it without your permission. While the copyright application and fee is inexpensive and on the face of it looks really simple, it's not always that simple. So as with everything, I strongly encourage you to work with an attorney if you're going to be getting a copyright in your music or anything else, any other work of art that you've created. At least seek the advice of an attorney before trying to do it yourself. Thank you so much to everybody who comments or emails me with suggestions for videos. I did this video because somebody sent me a message on Twitter asking me to do a video on this topic. So if you ask me about a topic, if it's a good topic and if people are going to be interested in it, I'll put it out there. So if you have any topics that you want me to address in a video, please feel free to comment them and I will try to get to them as soon as I can. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Aiden Kramer, and I'll see you next time. Now see, right there, I would put some really fun piece of music, except for these darn copyright laws, I can't. I'd really love to put like a kick-ass Britney song right at the end of that so I can dance out in the videos, but I can't. So be like Britney and copyright your music so the rest of us can't use it for funds.